Well, we've been around with the big brain, 150 to 200,000 years. And that 1,350 cubic centimeters. And but we've had agriculture only 10,000. And so over at the eastern end of the Mediterranean, where the ice is retreating, it's the end of the Pleistocene, and it's drying out, and there's where the greatest group of revolutionaries to ever live started to give us essentially all of our crops and livestock. We got the wheat plant out of, well, the Zagros Mountains probably, of western Iran. But humans being primarily now grass seed eaters and secondarily legume seed eaters, all the grains are annuals, which means that you have to have the ground disturbed, torn up, plowed, disked, harrowed, hoed, whatever, in order to get the annual seed to germinate. There's where the idea that nature's to be subdued or ignored was born, I think. At least we were able to act on the idea. And that idea has ricocheted through civilization in so many different ways, to the point we now have a dualism. There's humans, there's nature. But if you look at essentially all of nature's ecosystems, whether it's a rainforest or desert scrub or a prairie, nature tends to feature perennials, plants that just, once they germinate, they then come up and just keep coming up every year. Nature tends to feature perennials and feature them in polycultures or diverse species. And there are a lot of advantages to that, because with those ecosystem processes, you now have all sorts of efficiencies that are inherent within the natural integrities. Well, that's what we destroy, largely, with agriculture. And so I think that is the biblical fall. I think it's also what they're talking about in the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's, I think, the beginning of global warming, because we then began to get the young pulverized coal of the soil. That's the way Amory Lovins put it. So that was the first pool of energy-rich carbon. And in fact, we estimated, not us, others, that the carbon in our soils with the opening of the continent has gone from around 6% carbon to 3% carbon. So that's the first pool that we've got at in a non-renewable, getting it faster than its renewable rate. The second pool is forests, where about 5,000 years ago we used forests to smelt the ore for the Bronze Age and the Iron Age. And then the third pool, of course, is coal, that sponsored the Industrial Revolution. 1859's Drake's Oil Well in western Pennsylvania for the fourth pool. Then we started using natural gas for power about the same time. So those 5 pools make up the extractive economy. But it all begins with agriculture. And in my view, if we don't get sustainability in agriculture first, it's not going to happen.